the massacre at the mall in Nairobi, and once again it is difficult to know exactly what is going on. The Kenyan government says its forces have regained control of the four-storey shopping centre, but other officials have told us gunmen, including snipers, remain holed up inside, and the fate of the hostages remains unclear as well.
A huge explosion and an eruption of gunfire, outgoing and incoming. The operation to end the shopping complex siege took a new dramatic turn. And the volleys of fire, Kenyan soldiers withdrew from the Westgate complex, scampering to take cover in roadside ditches. An armoured personnel carrier repositioned itself on the road outside the complex before moving back in with soldiers following. Within minutes of the first blast, a huge column of smoke rose from the upper floors of the complex. The military say they breached the roof, but that al-Shabab fighters set ablaze. The government says it's clearing the Westgate building, releasing hostages and controlling the situation.
Kenyan authorities blamed the attackers for the thick column of smoke that can be seen for kilometres.
We have done search of the building and we can confirm that the hostages, almost all of them have been evacuated.
The explosions and gunshots were part of an operation to rescue more hostages. It's understood 2 militants were killed during this most recent attack.
We also want to confirm that we have identified and killed 2 criminals, 2 terrorists.
This is as close as we've been allowed to get. We've just heard a series of explosions and some automatic gunfire coming from just behind me there. It feels like this is about to come to a conclusion.
Kenya's Vice President gave his reaction to the crisis.
Terrorism can and must be fought mercilessly and defeated wherever it occurs. I join our President and the Kenyan nation to mourn those who perished in the mayhem and to comfort the bereaved and the injured.
Angry protesters heckled Somalia's president, Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, in the U.S. state of Ohio, where the Somali leader was due to speak at a university. The demonstrators, outraged over the attack on a shopping mall in Nairobi, called Mohamud an ally of the Somalia-based al-Shabab group of fighters. Mohamud expressed his condolences to the Kenyan people and said al-Shabab represented a threat that extended beyond the African continent.
This is the threat of al-Shabab to the region and to the world at large. We send our condolences to the Kenyan government and the Kenyan people.
Meanwhile, at the United Nations, U.S. President Barack Obama made his first public comments on the shopping mall attack.
We stand with them against this terrible outrage that's occurred. We will provide them with whatever law enforcement support that is necessary. And we are confident that Kenya, which has been a pillar of stability in Eastern Africa, will rebuild.
Meeting with Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan, Obama called the attack a terrible outrage and called for solidarity against violent groups like al-Shabab.
All of us, as an international community, have to stand against the kind of senseless violence that these kinds of groups represent. And the United States will continue to work with the entire continent of Africa and around the world to make sure that we are dismantling these networks of destruction.
Kenya's foreign minister confirmed reports that foreign militants were among those who carried out the attack, claiming that the raid was an act of global terrorism, a statement al-Shabab refutes.
From the information that we have, 2 or 3 Americans, and I think so far I've heard of 1 woman. She's, I think, done this many times before.
The British press reports that woman is the so-called White Widow of a 7/7 London suicide bomber. Samantha Luthwaite has been on the run in East Africa since a failed attack in Mombasa in 2011. The Nairobi siege is not over. Special forces are combing the shopping mall floor by floor, according to the Interior Ministry, looking for anyone who is left behind.
The situation right now at Westgate Mall is considerably different from it was yesterday. There's considerably less activity in terms of the movement of military personnel. I've seen only one armored car. We still do have a few choppers circling overhead, but we are watching as the authorities insist that they are in control of the situation and we are in the final stages of this operation.